Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next answer copy of our Aim for Agriculture series. So as you all know that we are having Aim for Agriculture series in which we are having daily answer writing practice and weekly full tests. So today we are going to discuss the next copy of this series only, and we will be discussing the copy of day 50. Day 50. We have already discussed the copies till day 49. So we will see what were the questions asked and how the student has approached the answers. And by analyzing this type of copies, it could be very helpful to you in your answer writing journey. You can get to know how to structure your answers, how to introduce, how to conclude, how to write certain points, certain examples. And by analyzing copy, you can learn from the student's mistake and student's good points how to enhance your answers, enhance your own answers. So let's start. So the first question is, discuss the various types of herbicide resistance along with their management. So what are various types of herbicide resistance and how can be they managed? Okay, so we all know what herbicide resistance is. Suppose there is a herbicide which is able to kill a weed, but after some time when the weed develops resistance, and the same herbicide which was previously used to kill that weed is not able to now kill that weed. So it occurs when a weed population develops ability to survive the herbicide application that would normally control yield. Okay, so that is what I have explained just. So this is what herbicide resistance is, and I hope you all know what this is. Now we will see the types of herbicide resistance. So the first type is the target site resistance. Okay, so it occurs when mutations alter the herbicide's binding site, rendering it ineffective. Okay, when it alters the herbicide's binding site. So I will be just discussing the important points. You can, if you want to read the answers, you can simply pause the video and read each and every line and each and every word of the answers. Okay. Now second one is non-target site resistance. Okay. In this, what happens? The weed evolves mechanism like enhanced metabolism, reducing the herbicide's effect. So due to the enhanced metabolism of weeds or other things which reduces the herbicide effect, it develops herbicide resistance. So there are target site resistance, non-target site resistance. Then we have cross resistance, where weeds get resisted towards different types of herbicides. Okay, examples have been well mentioned. There is multiple resistance. Okay, different chemical families. There are weeds of different chemical families, and the weed shows the resistance from all those different chemical families which used to kill it. Now, what are these are some of the common types of resistance. Now, what are its management strategies? We will see it. First one is herbicide rotation. We should keep rotating our herbicides so that weed doesn't get used to a similar kind of chemicals or similar kind of herbicides which could develop resistance. Okay, tank mix is herbicide which is also known as herbigation. Herbigation can be used in which we could mix the herbicides in the irrigation tanks as well. Okay, we can do integrated weed management. Obviously it is the most effective way. We can use herbicide resistant crops, such as different examples have been mentioned for different crops. There are different varieties for different crops which could be helpful. And well written answer and every point have been significantly described, so you can simply pause and read the answers. Now let's move to the second question. The next question is, what is phytostabilization, and we have to discuss its advantages. What phytostabilization is? It is a type of phytoremediation process where plants are used to immobilize contaminants in the soil, preventing their migration through wind or water erosion. So here what happens, the plant stabilizes. Phyto means plant. Okay, simply see it. Phyto means plant, and what it does, it stabilizes certain kind of contaminants present in soil so that it cannot spread or move from one place to another and causing problems at another place. Okay, examples have been mentioned. Now what are its advantages? So first of all, it will reduce soil erosion. Obviously it will uh, it is relatively cost effective as compared to other process. Okay, and here we are as using plants only, so it is sustainable also. It improves soil structure, it is sustainable, it restores the habitat because we are planting some plants only, it minimizes the risk of contamination. And we will see the fire stabilization is done in various areas, especially in mining areas. We have seen that trees are planted once the mining operations are done, so that the any kind of chemicals, any kind of heavy metals could be stabilized in that area only. So these are what some of the benefits of phytostabilization is, and I hope you understand what phytostabilization is. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is, what is a gene bank? We have to discuss the various types of gene bank and also differentiate between plant patents and plant variety protection. So what gene bank is? It is a facility designed for the preservation and storage of genetic material including seeds, tissues, reproductive cells, plants and animals. So as the name suggests, gene bank. So it is the bank of a genetic materials. So we are just storing or preserving the genetic materials so that suppose the species is also lost in some future, it gets extinct, we still have that gene to make those species again or cultivate those species again. So these are some of the common uses of gene bank. We all know this is the basic use of gene bank only. So I hope you understand gene bank is. For example, we have National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources, NBPGR in India. I think its head office is in Delhi. Now, what are the types of gene banks? It could be seed banks. When we are storing the seed for the genetic purpose, that is only seed bank. It is generally done cryopreservation, that is storing in low temperatures, cryopreservations. For example, the Svalbard gene bank of Norway, it is in news also, so you should remember it. And similar gene bank we have in India also, that is at Changla, Ladakh. And various Indian varieties are also stored in this Norway gene bank. Svalbard gene bank of Norway, Indian varieties are also stored there. And in Indian Changla, Ladakh gene bank, many foreign varieties are also stored. So keep these things in mind. We can use field gene banks, that is in a small field we will keep growing that crop so that it is conserved. That could be done. Caro gene banks, that is using the genetic material, preserving the genetic material at ultra low temperatures, generally using liquid nitrogen, which is highlighted here. For example, the NBPGR uses cryopreservation. We have in vitro gene banks where plant tissue cultures are maintained in laboratories in sterile condition for long-term storage. We have DNA banks. So these are the some of the types of gene banks. I hope you understand this. Now we will see the differences between plant patents and plant variety protection. So those are similar terms, and many times we get confused, but there are certain subtle differences, such as the patents protect new plant varieties through vegetative propagation methods, whereas a plant PVP, plant variety production, protects new distinct uniform staple plant varieties propagated by seeds also. Okay, here the time is for 20 years. Here the time is different for both trees and small crops. Okay, for small crops the time is less. For trees and vines the time is more. Scope has been mentioned, examples have been mentioned, right to use have been mentioned. For example, in PVP we have different kinds of rights, such as farmers right, breeder rights, producers right, researchers rights. So we should know these points, and you can simply pause the video and read these answers. It is fairly written. So for example, you can see in patents there is no breeder exemption, but in PVP, that is plant variety production, there is breeders rights, that is breeders exemption is mentioned. For example, recently a case was also there where PepsiCo company, which was doing contract farming with some farmers, and they provided some good quality potatoes. And what happened? The farmer then started planting those potatoes after the contract was also over. So PepsiCo company filed a case in the Supreme Court to stop the use of those varieties which were provided by them to the farmers when they were in contract. But the Supreme Court ruled that in favor of farmers. That is what farmers' rights shows here. That farmers can utilize, or you can use those varieties, but they should be not using those varieties commercially. It is not that selling those varieties to other farmers, so that's is only prohibited, but self consumption production is applicable. Okay, so these are some of the things which you should know. So a well written answer, and I hope you understand all the points mentioned here. So that is all for today. If you like it, please press the like button, please do share, and please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis, and if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you regularly. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.